Hello, I'm Stuart Bonar from Plymouth Liberal Democrats, and I'm here on a crisp, fresh, bright autumn morning at the Liberal Democrat Conference in September 2011 here in Birmingham. Here we're going to give you a little insight in this video into how party conference works, what sort of thing goes on, look inside the hall at some fringe meetings at the exhibition, and just give you an insight into what goes on, and if you're a party member, hopefully encourage you to come along to a future conference. So follow me. Conference hall, and Paddy Ashton at the moment is speaking about, what's he speaking about? International issues. The conference hall here, this is the heart of conference, this is what it's all about, this is where decisions are made on policy and amendments. And the Liberal Democrats are unique amongst the three main parties in deciding policy here at conference rather than having their leadership decide it for them. It's a really important part of conference. This week, for example, on Sunday, I moved an amendment on behalf of Plymouth Liberal Democrats to ensure that extra funding went to service children who face particular stresses and strains when their parents are away in war zones. That's an example of how a small local party can make a real difference to policy in the Liberal Democrats.
It was applied in such a lax way, certainly by the last government, that in effect it said unless that repression is actually happening at the moment.
Now that we're a party of government rather than a party of opposition, decisions made here actually affect government policy. And another important part of conference is the exhibition. You have lots and lots, dozens and dozens of stands, charities, companies, organisations seeking to speak to Liberal Democrats. And here we have a very special stand, which is Liberal Democrat Image. And you can buy such things for your campaign as this rather fetching builder's vest, various rosettes, mugs, even, if I shoot around here, even a little Liberal Democrat keyring teddy. So for all your Christmas and gift needs, there's this stand. I've actually bought lots of stuff here, like my Nick Clegg mug. So this is an example of the sort of thing that is available here at conference, particularly useful for party members who want to come along.
Cheers. Which one was first? Yeah, Paddy or Stuart? That one, which one?
There you go, full kit out. This is the sort of stuff you can buy here at the Liberal Democrat Conference, at the Liberal Democrat Image stand. Blank cheques, particularly useful. I might give one of those to the Treasury. High visibility jackets, builders' jackets, as you can see here. And one of these lovely baseball caps. Now we're in coalition, maybe William Hague could try wearing one of these. Hi, here we have the exhibition stand from Age UK. It's one of the organisations here at conference running an exhibition stand. Here's Camilla from Age UK. Camilla, do you want to tell me about why Age UK has started the Dem Conference and what you're hoping to achieve?
Yes, one of the reasons is to sort of raise awareness of issues affecting people in later life and to contact MPs, parliamentarians and delegates, members, to raise the issues that we're currently campaigning on.
Great, excellent. And you've got something here for people to scribble on?
Yeah, so we're asking people to tell Nick Clegg what they want for older people, and we ask them to write down what they want for people in later life and get their photo taken, at which point you get a printout. We're putting the printouts on the wall. You can see here all of the different issues that people raise with us.
Okay.
At the end of conference we're going to put it into a report and send it to the party to say this is what your delegates have asked for.
Brilliant. Can I scribble something down?
So if you write something that you want for people in later life.
I'm going to say better health and social care, which I've misspelled there.
Great, that's actually one of the key issues that we're working on at the moment, the social care reform.
It's particularly important so people don't lose their homes and that kind of thing.
Absolutely, and if you look at some of the many issues that people raise with us are to do with social care, right. That's definitely the majority. So if you stand on this spot here, ready?
And there I am. Yeah. Oh no, that's how you're taking it, okay.
So just looking, I'll take a picture. You happy with that?
Brilliant, yes, that's excellent. That looks like me.
and you'll get one which has all of our contact details on the back, including our information and advice lines.
Excellent.
And then we'll get one to put on the board and receive feedback back to your party.
Brilliant. And can I grab a pen?
Please, to your copy.
Excellent. Brilliant.
And here's the one that we'll put on the wall.
Thank you very much for that.
Thanks very much for your input.
Here's another stand, the UKIE, Gemma here from UKIE. Gemma, can you tell us who UKIE are and why you're at the conference?
We represent the video games and interactive entertainment industry, fastest growing creative industry in the UK. We want to ensure that the UK remains at the forefront of that growth. The industry as a whole globally has a compound annual growth rate predicted to be 8% to 2013. Online growth alone last year was 23%. So really we have an opportunity here to ensure that the UK is at the forefront of this growth. We're here with our parliamentary leaderboard, bringing MPs onto the stand to highlight all the positivity that's around this industry. And talking about two issues in particular, our access to finance agenda and our education and skills agenda, both of which, as I say, are crucial to ensuring the UK is central to bring the video games industry is central to bringing the UK out of recession.
Brilliant, excellent stuff. And can I have a go?
Absolutely, please do.
Jolly.
Our demonstrator can take you through and show you how it works.
Oh yeah.
Hello there. Right-handed.
I am, yep.
Fabulous. Put your right hand through there and then hold the controller into a dart.
Okay.
So that the index finger can rest comfortably on that top button.
I forgot this one, my index finger.
This one here. You can
My
use your
middle
middle
one.
finger, whatever's more comfortable,
Yeah,
basically.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Wonderful. If you hit quick press. And again. Okay, so with your practice dart, you want to be going for the bullseye. So you can get straight, so you want to get as close to the ball as you can. So when you're hovering over the bullseye, press down on that top button and keep it pressed down. That's it, that's okay. Now bring the dart back and then forward and release it. Not bad.
Not bad, but not quite the bullseye.
See if the...
And this is the real thing. Ooh.
Okay. Just keep beating you, so you'll be going second.
Okie doke.
Click that again on the top.
Yep.
And again.
And this is for real now.
It is this
Should have gone for real. That's quite good.
That's not bad at all. There you go, so it's your bad.
Not terrible.
Not bad at all.
Oh, well.
20 at the end.
Okay, here we are on the Liberal Youth stand. The Liberal Youth is the youth wing of the Liberal Democrats. Here I'm with Tom from Liberal Youth. Tom, do you want to tell me about Liberal Youth, what they stand for, that kind of thing?
Well, we're primarily a campaigning organisation, and we've campaigned on everything from student fees to employment support allowance, which we managed to pass a motion on Saturday at this conference. We have about 3,000 members. We hold conferences in the spring and autumn in various places around the country, and we regularly have meetings with MPs, members of the federal policy and federal conference committees, and we have quite a lot of influence on the party. Our conference is the second biggest policy making body in the party.
And what are the three things you want from the party leadership right now? What are the three things you're trying to secure from them?
I would say a greater focus on youth unemployment, equal marriage, which is one of our campaigns, and an evidence-based drug policy, which is another one of our campaigns. They're the campaigns we're fighting at Freshers' Fairs this year.
And there's been progress in these things this week, haven't there? Equal marriage, definitely.
Yes, what we're going to move forward to do is influence the consultation, which will obviously be a very important thing for us, and we'll be gearing up to that soon. And we'll continue fighting on with evidence-based drug policy, especially in light of the motion passed on, I can't remember what day.
This week.
No,
I can't remember what day it is either nowadays. That's one of the things about conferences. You start on a Saturday, go on through the Wednesday. By the end, you're very tired, and all the days kind of merge into one. But thanks very much to Tom. And Tom's actually also a Plymouth Liberal Democrat as well. Our influence extends far and wide within the party. So when the debates and speeches aren't happening in the conference hall, which is sort of
early in the morning, late at night and at lunchtime, there are hundreds and hundreds of fringe events taking place. These are events organised by charities, companies, organisations that invite Lib Dem ministers and others along to debate and discuss particular interests and concerns of theirs. These take place in small rooms and usually have a few dozen people in them, so it's a really good opportunity for party members to quiz Lib Dem ministers and others on issues of particular interest to them. Over the course of the conference week, for example, I've asked Transport Minister Norman Baker about rail branch lines like the one that runs from Plymouth up to Gunners Lake, and also the alternative rail route to Plymouth over around Oakhampton. I've asked Ed Davey about a new supermarket regulator that's being launched that will ensure that farmers and other supermarket suppliers in the southwest are guaranteed a fair price for the produce they sell to supermarkets. And this morning I asked Paul Burstow about the NHS reforms. So this is a real opportunity for Liberal Democrat members to challenge Liberal Democrat ministers on policies and get a personalised response from them. It's a really good benefit of coming to conference, and I'd encourage Liberal Democrat Party members to come along. If not, they want to sit in the conference hall just so they can come along to fringe events and challenge ministers on issues they care really passionately about. And also, of course, fringe events are catered, so they keep you fed and watered during the week at minimal extra cost, which is a big win. Well, it's Wednesday afternoon. Nick Clegg's about to give his leader's speech, which wraps up conference week for those of us here. I'm about to go in and listen to him speak.
Friends, this party, the Liberal Democrats, we have now been in government for 500 days. Not easy, is it? None of us thought it would be a walk in the park, but I suspect none of us predicted just how tough it would turn out to be. We've lost support, we've lost seats, and we lost a referendum. I know how painful it has been to face anger and frustration on the doorstep. Some of you may have even wondered, will it all be worth it in the end? It will be. And today, I want to explain why. People still need to know more about the character of our party. Not just how we govern, but why. We proved something about ourselves last year when we faced a historic choice, whether or not to enter government in coalition with the Conservatives. Now, the easy thing would have been to sit on the opposition benches, throwing rocks at the government as it tried to get control of the public finances. It might even, in the short run, have been more popular. But it wouldn't have been right. At that moment, Britain needed a strong government. Alistair Darling's recent book is called Back from the Brink. In reality, Labour left us on the brink, teetering on the edge of an economic precipice. So we put aside party differences for the sake of the national interest. People before politics, nation before party. And while other countries have been riven by political bickering, we have shown that a coalition forged in a time of emergency could be a different kind of government, governing differently. Because let me tell you this, you don't play politics at a time of national crisis, you don't play politics with the economy, and you never, ever play politics with people's jobs. After the summer riots, message boards sprang up. They became known as peace walls. And on the peace wall in Peckham, there was a note that simply read, "Our home, our children, our future." 6 words that say so much more than 600 speeches. Our home, our children, our future. Britain is our home. We will make it safe and strong. These are our children. We will tear down every barrier they face. And this is our future. We start building it today.
Not easy, but right. That was the message that Nick Clegg wanted party members to take away from the speech that we've just heard. And of course he's right. The decision to go into coalition with the Conservatives and the decisions that Liberal Democrat ministers are having to make to balance the nation's books, neither of those things is very easy at all, but they're both right. But of course we can do a lot of good as well in government, and we should think about that too. Things like the pupil premium, meaning more money for schools, cleaning up politics, fixing the banks after they weren't fixed while Labour was in power. And today we've had the announcement too of £50 million to help with new summer schools to help children catch up. And a lot there from the Deputy Prime Minister too about social mobility and giving every child a fair chance in life, and how that was a passion for him in politics. I think it's a really good speech, a really barnstorming speech, and it gives Liberal Democrats like me something to take back to our constituencies and talk to members about. So if you are a Lib Dem member, you've just watched our insight into what conference is all about and want to come, then check out when the next conference is and go along, because it's a great week, a great chance to speak to lots of Liberal Democrats, quiz Lib Dem ministers, listen to Nick Clegg's speech. It's a great way to spend a few days, and I would recommend it to you. Thanks very much for watching.